Hey brother, I promised you a short video on the app, and I think you get it, but just wanted to kind of make some things clear. So hopefully this is helpful. So basically, it's a photo library similar to Apple Photos, Google Photos, whatever. Ours sits on top of your Apple library, right? So any picture you take with your normal camera that you have in iCloud, whatever, any picture in your Apple library is going to be automatically available here as well. And there's some cool features like, you can quickly scroll to a specific timeline, that kind of thing. You can group your photos by day, you can group them by month, you can group them by year. But the real concept is, we end up taking, I swear my wife has 40,000 photos, and that's not a joke. We take all these photos, whether for work, of our kids, of, friends, family, whatever. And then you can't find your photos again because they are lost in a sea of disorder and just ultimately it's almost like becoming a hoarder. You're trapped in your own house because of all the things you hoard. You're trapped in your own photo library, not being able to find what you're looking for because of all the photos you take. Anyway, and so we wanted to make a really powerful search engine. My background is SQL and data science, data analytics. So I just kind of am always thinking, with the right filters and querying capabilities, you could, do some great searches. But we wanted to keep it somewhere between powerful and user friendly. So I'm sure we'll continue to iterate the app and work through that. But for our first 1.0 version, this is where we landed. So first things first, in order to be able to search for photos, the photos need to be tagged. They need to have keywords assigned to them. But we want to make that easy for the user. So when you come over here to settings, this process runs. It's called Smart Tags, and it combs through all of your photos, and it looks for the unique faces. And then what you can do is you come in here and you click on a unique face, and you say, "Hey, all of these people are Ayla or Kai." And what it does is it auto assigns all of those photos with that tag. But you can also manually tag things. So I'll select these 3 photos here, add a tag, and I'll say this is Luca. There's Luca, and he's being cute, holding baby, and that baby's name is Leo. There's Leo, and then I can tag it. And we can do bulk tags, so you can assign in bulk, right? So I could quickly select a lot of items. I could tag one item at a time, whatever. And then when you come to search, you now have the ability to see all these people tags, these keywords, and you can mix and match them. So for example, I could say, get me all the photos of my kids. But if you notice at the top, or is selected. So it will find any photo where Kai or Ayla is in the photo. Those are my 2 kids, and they are very, very naughty kids. Right? So I see some photos of just Ayla. I see some photos of both of them. I see another photo of only them. Nobody else is in the picture. Ayla and her grandmas, right? So that kind of combination. I can come back in and say, you know what? Ayla and Kai have to be in the photo, or I don't want it, right? So now we'll notice Ayla and Kai are in every single one of these photos. Sometimes it's them alone. Sometimes it's them with their family or, whoever else, with Mickey. But now I can come back and hit it even harder and say only them. If anybody else is in this photo, I don't want it, right? So now every single photo here is going to be just of them spending time together. So this one looks like a mistake, but that's because I have not tagged this with Pamela. Now that Pamela's in this photo, it will be removed from the search query results because because that no longer meets the criteria. Anyway, so that's kind of how the app works, but watch how powerful I can get right now. Let's say I want to make a photo collection for the grandparents, right? So I want pictures that have Kai or Ayla, right? One of the kids. And then I can click people again and say mom or dad. That's my mom or dad, so that would be their grandparents. And I said or. So I'm going to get any photo where mom or dad is in it. At least one of them has to be in it. They can both be in it, but at least one. And, see I have and here. So I'm going to say and Kai or Ayla has to be in it. So I'll go ahead and click search. And then if you notice in every single picture, this has mom, dad, Kai, and Ayla. That has mom and Ayla. This has mom and Ayla, right? So this is dad and Kai. So this is mom and Ayla. So it's finding all of the photos where at least one of them, if not both of the grandparents, is with one, if not both of the grandkids. But let's say I'm looking through this and I'm like, I want this to be more specific. I don't want any photos where, let me think of a good example. Okay, so that little boy right there, his name's Banks. Let's say I don't want Banks to be in the picture. I can come here, I can say, this is not about Banks, not them. And now I'm going to say, get pictures of Kai or Ayla, mom or dad, and Banks can't be in the picture, right? And so now it removed any picture that has Banks in it as well. And so there's all kinds of possibilities like this. You can go to add a location filter. You can, some people like to organize their photos into albums, so you can leverage that. You can do type, like get out the just photos, maybe no videos. And again, keywords, I could say, in favorite or vacation or cute or Disney World. Here's another cool one. So I can say, get me pictures of, let's say I was doing something for my wife, or not my wife, I took my mom, Tara. My kid's mom is my wife, Tara, and Ayla, my daughter. So this is just the girls, okay? And then I can come back in here and I can say, my wife, Tara, and Kai, my son, but only them. But now I'm going to choose, if I said get me pictures where only Tara and Ayla are in them and only Tara and Kai, that doesn't make sense. No photo can possibly have only Tara and Ayla and only Tara and Kai. But I can say or. So now it's going to get me all the photos of just Tara and her, and Ayla, her daughter, and just Tara and her son, Kai, right? So maybe I'm making some kind of Mother's Day album. So there you go. So now I have all this. That's Tara and Kai. That's Tara and Kai. Oh my, that's Tara and Ayla. Right, there's Tara and Ayla. And then I could filter this down to maybe favorites, so it only has the favorite photos in it or something like that. So now I'm going to clear the search. When you're doing these searches, you can save them as smart albums, so you don't have to repeat these searches over and over. And you'll see here I have some different smart albums. So let's say I choose Just Mom and the Kids, right? So that's an album I made. And we can go see the definition of that album. And a smart album is essentially just a search that I saved. So all of these photos have to have Tara, and then they have to have Kai or Ayla, and Phil and Pamela, for some reason, I think I was just doing an example, can't be in the photo. And there you have it. So there you go. So that's going to get all the pictures of my wife with her kids. And then you can do cool things like set a reminder here that says, hey, every week, remind me to send these photos or, any new photos that meet this criteria to my wife. And then what happens is as I take photos throughout the week that meet this criteria, at the end of the week, it will remind me, it takes all those photos and puts them in a perfect text message and says, hey, do you want to quickly share these with Tara? And then I say yes, and I just push the send button and automatically she has those photos. So by the way, I know I'm speaking a million miles an hour and not doing the best job explaining, but I figured, kind of give you the fire hose treatment and just try to send as much of information as I can, just in case any of this is helpful. This is my Us album. This is me and my wife, right? So I have all these albums, and what's great about them, again, is not only does it find all the photos from the past, but it finds any future photo. This is Jax, our dog. Any future photo you take will automatically go into those albums. You don't have to sort it because the album itself is just a search that's saved, right? So that makes it really convenient. What else? There's also notification system that will remind you to, tag all your unassigned photos. So these are my photos that I haven't assigned. So I could come in here and add a tag to this. That way you don't ever fall behind. What else? Oh, I think you get it. But one of the smart albums I wanted to create was, and this will be my last one, I wanted to create like a holiday smart album. So I'll say, get me all the pictures from December 25th, but I'm not going to set the year, right? So I'll just say December 25th, but I won't pick the year. So that's going to get me Christmas from all the years. We'll say Christmas, we'll save. And now I have this new smart album called Christmas. Click into it. Okay, and there's Christmas. We're grouped by year for each year. So I can see how things have changed year over year for Christmas. But let's say, kind of my last example here, going out the door. Let's say I wanted it not just to be Christmas, but instead to be my holiday album. I could do this for birthdays for the kids too. So I'll say instead of just Christmas, I'll add another date filter and say October 31st too. So now it includes all the Halloweens. So I'll save that. Oh, I should probably change it from Christmas. Oops. I should probably change it from Christmas to holidays. Okay, so now I have a holidays filter, and I'll group it by month this time, or I'll even group it by day. So that's December 25th to 2021. There's Halloween 2022, Christmas 2022, Halloween 2023, and so on and so forth. So yeah, so that's that, man. Tag, search, save your searches as smart albums, alerts to help you share and remember to share. And I forgot. It's literally called TagCam. We have a camera. So the idea is that you can tag your photos as you take them as well. So this is another option to how to tag your photos. So here I can come in and select an album. Maybe I have a vacation album or something, but I can select an album or two or three. Maybe I'm at Disney World, so I choose the Disney World album, and then I can choose any tags or keywords, people I want to choose, whatever. And then as I take photos, oops, did I forget to save? Yeah, I did. I forgot to save, so I picked a keyword, a couple people. Okay, so now I have, and I can get these out of my face. So now I have this stuff selected. So every photo I take will be saved to those three albums, that keyword, and that and those people tags. And so now as I go around Disney World or the park or whatever I'm doing, work, maybe I'm on a job and I'm taking pictures. My dad does construction, so as he's on a job and takes pictures of the construction job, all of the photos are automatically going to the album. So, but let's say there's a cute moment happening, so you quickly pull out your phone and you start taking pictures really quickly. Before saving them, you can click the bottom right corner here and go, oh, wait, this isn't Disney World. I had to quickly take these pictures because my kid was doing something cute. And then you can quickly make any final adjustments. I'm going to clear all those albums before you save it. And then, I could do the same thing with tags, or maybe I say, okay, Andrew's not in it, but everything else looks correct. And then I can save one photo at a time, right? Or I can save, just click, save all, which would be the check mark, and be like, perfect. And now all of those photos are tagged and waiting for me in my photo album, so I can search them again another time. So yeah, that's the app. We're working on adding features and making it better every day, but that's what we're dealing with. So hopefully that helps. Sorry for the long video, and really appreciate your help. Excited to see the final product.